Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he'll get this to Lazard. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And 3.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Gain of 7 brings up 3rd and 8.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 75 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this down inside of Green Bay's 15-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 64 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44, Rodgers got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 21.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout an entire day of waiting to get out there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big run that time by Bell. 66 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I wanted to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And always It's a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Rodgers able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
7 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
In your face!
And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out, looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. The 30! And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 34 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22.
Take on Austin on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their
Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. From the 24, Rodgers. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. That's complete to Lazard. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. They're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Gets this one to Hill. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Mahomes going to throw. That one complete to Hill. That catch good for only a couple.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The point after is good, and a rout is on here in this first half.
14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Rodgers throwing complete here to St. Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
For a Green Bay
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete right side to Lazard.
Rodgers pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Rodgers again now. He's got Adams on the hookup. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Rodgers. And this is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Rodgers on 3rd down. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
A 21-yard attempt.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
For 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando, there standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Their own 25-yard.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Adams. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
At the 31-yard line.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams.
Rodgers.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Now Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and
shotgun now for Rodgers. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And Crosby puts it through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 23-yard line.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play. First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check 52.
Bell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Taken down at the 41. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
They'll go again with Bell. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Bell. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Down and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but now it's third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The 6-yard line.
Now Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play.
Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Watch the screen. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. Let's get out of the field.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
When that works, your offensive coordinator looks like a genius. When it doesn't, it leaves folks saying, what are you doing? Down here, I'd rather have my tailback running off tackle than something off the radar like this.
Third and goal, option right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a...
And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. On first down, Rodgers. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw again. Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The Packers on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. It's caught, Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on third and inches. It's a pickup of 6.
At the 40-yard line.
Rodgers to throw once more. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Not much there, only a yard. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. Caught left side, Williams.
Rodgers pass.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be third down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 8 yards out, and the Packers get a score closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now a first down carry by Bell. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw it here. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line. Tonight's
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.